No gold is not enough.
Hi everyone, Van Life. Today we're going to talk about books, we're going to talk about religion, we're going to talk about superpowers. So all religions kind of are going and finding and dealing with things that are beyond the physical. And one of these key components dealing with beyond the physical is realizing that our bodies are physical and that our mind is basically a halfway point. And then there's all of the spiritual, which is far above, surrounds, and pervades all of the physical. So in order to really start getting in contact with the spiritual, we have to develop our mind and start connecting with the spiritual. But all religions, whether you go to China and everything, and it's, Buddhism, and they're learning about energy, and it's very scientific over in the East. It's, they've found the meridians and the channels of where the energy flows, and, specific movements, and moving all the energy and focusing entirely on the scientific aspect of the energy. You go to India and they're finding the, emotions and some more practices. They found also the stretching and the breathing, and they all recognized, they found and developed, like, this is how we grow energy, like this is where, results come from. And so these two cultures have developed over thousands and thousands of years over working with this energy that over here in the West, we're like 200 years old, we don't know what it is. We've got this, Bible, and we're like, this is the way, Jesus is the only way. But then a lot of us don't even understand what the Bible means, and really in reality it's only a small sliver, a small portion of the big picture, because Jesus was not the only enlightened being. He was definitely, he achieved enlightenment. That's what enlightenment looks like. But that is all we have over in the West. But if you go to the East, there's like a bunch of people who've done some incredible things, and there's like brilliant stories and historical events and things that have happened that are very similar to what Jesus did. And they find all the teachings are very similar as well. I mean, they've developed the teachings and the methods to show that, like, this is how you get closer to source. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter what you call it. A lot of the Tao and Taoism, they are like, you can't, the Tao cannot be named, for if it is named, it is not the Tao, because anytime that you name something, you limit it. And the Tao is from infinity to infinity, like, and beyond. Like, it's even more than we can, you can't put, because if you label it, then you limit it. So just thinking that, if you're a Christian and you're like, God, there's only one God, and all the other religions are weird, and there's those Indian people who've got hundreds of gods, and they don't even know what's going on, and it's like, well, over in India, all of those gods are really actually manifestations of Shiva. Shiva is like the one, is their infinity to infinity, so that's their God. You just call it a different name. Shiva, God, all these different names for the same being. It's an infinite number of paths that lead to the same goal. So we've got Buddhism, who recognizes everything's consciousness, your consciousness. If everything else is consciousness and all is one, then you should be able to manually, override other forms of consciousness, which we can. Pro tip. And then you go to, India, and they've got all the many gods, and, they realize all is actually one. They still believe everything is consciousness, everything is one. Same kind of deal. You go to jump the ocean, we come over to, America and stuff, and we've got Christianity, which they, even though Jesus is like, I and my Father are one, and he's trying to give a message, people are misinterpreting it like, oh, he's God, he's the only way, and it's like, well, yes, but, your body is a temple is another big thing people misinterpret. Like, it's literally a temple. Like, you should treat it well, and if you do, you can, and you have the right mindset, which we learn over in India with emotions or electromagnetic fields, energy comes and goes through even just our attitude towards things and feelings, and the world is more feeling than physical than we actually realize. And if everything is consciousness and we can override things with consciousness, this starts to bring out how manifestation is possible as well. Like if we are all God, we all just need to learn to use our abilities. This is one thing that is kind of that the Vatican's held pretty secret, because there's plenty of stories of levitations and all kinds of miracles at the Vatican, and you know that they've been talking to all those peoples, and they kind of, it's like, why aren't these things more available and prevalent? A lot of it's kept secret. I mean, you look at what's the difference? Most saints who've done like levitations and stuff, like this book right here, we're going to go into book recommendations pretty soon. This is Human Levitation, A History and How-To Guide by Preston Dennett. I'll read the back to you. Levitation is a rare phenomenon that has been experienced not only by saints, mystics, and mediums, but also by housewives, businessmen, farmers, young children, and other seemingly normal people. In fact, research points to the probability that all people possess the ability. This book tells the story of how levitation has been understood and treated according to its time and place in history. Human Levitation provides accounts from ancient times to the modern day, an up-to-date collection of research and case studies, detailed explanations revealing the mechanics of levitation, scientifically proven and photographed research, and a wide variety of methods used from different cultures that anybody, even you, can use to achieve the mystical state of levitation. Is levitation a reality? The answer is a resounding yes. Human levitation represents a significant contribution to our understanding of human potential and humanity's place in the universe. This goes over like 350 different like saints. It turns out most of the cases are from Italy, and they're predominantly from Catholic saints. And then you wonder, what's the difference between a lot of Christians who say they're not Catholics and the Catholics who recognize that they are Christians. One is that Christians believe that all you need is Jesus and you're saved. Catholics believe that you have to do works to receive God's grace. And if you look at all these other traditions and yoga and other people who are giving up things and, working hard and, meditating and putting in long hours to trying to connect with God. What is yoga? Yoga is actually trying to connect with God, trying to self-realize, which is know that you are God, that you are this infinity from infinity. You are that very thing that and once you self-realize and you put in the concentration and effort and work, you will get there. And then our chakras, also deal with, your health of your body, because your body's your temple, super important. We've got these beautifully, perfectly designed things that we treat horribly. And I've still got some things I need to give up, move past. But we're all on this path together because it will help. Our bodies are electric. Things like alcohol are very acidic, which means it steals electrons from you. And when you're doing yoga practice and all these other practices, you're trying to send energy to the brain, literal energy. But when you're drinking alcohol and and smoking and making your body work really hard, or eating poorly, you're making your body expel all of this energy. It's expelling energy, so you have less energy for your brain, so you can't manipulate reality like you should be able to. But our brains are the connection between the physical and the spiritual. They are our control panels, and a lot of us can't do anything with them other than remember stuff, do some math. But we have these beautiful things that give us so much visibility and visual access and infinite information that we can tap into. Like, there's so much potential that we are all just not accessing. I mean, and it takes meditation to start to recognize, to, start to affect the other consciousnesses within your body. Start to, change unconscious things, make them conscious behaviors, change your heartbeat, change your temperature, all these other things, increase your visualization, get your brain waves up into gamma. Like, there's a deeper level of reality that a lot of us are not aware of. But because of technology, because of videos, this information is going to spread. All religions are all paths to the same source. Doesn't matter what name you have, doesn't matter where you're going. All of it really in the end goes to all is one. And this ties into, but it's like, what about good and evil? It's like, that's a good question, because evil does not actually exist. If everything is an amalgamation of consciousnesses, just like all the cells in my body, if every cell is conscious and it's got, one or two decisions to make, and it's just feeling, and yes or no, take or give, push, how does that feel? Is this something that, no? Because all of our cells also have electromagnetic fields around them, which allow them to communicate with other cells and stuff, which is why our bioelectricity is important, being active, having a good diet. But we are an amalgamation of all these cells, and we are a large consciousness controlling all of these little consciousnesses. This is a similar thing to what God is. We are like the cell in the body of God, but we are capable, like fractals, at each level, we're capable of everything He is capable of. /she. It's, it is all. You can't put a label on it, otherwise you limit it. But, yeah, that's what self-realization is knowing that you're God, realizing that you're capable, so you can age, you can grow younger, you can manifest food, you can walk on water, levitate, start fires with your mind, change the weather, you can speak telepathically, teleport. Everything is possible. Everything that we're going to get with augmented reality, with technology, you can already do with this incredible thing you've got between your ears. You've just got to treat your body right, treat your mind right, and know where you're going and what you're trying to accomplish. If you enjoyed listening to me read the back of this, I've also done a couple little audiobooks. They should be available on Amazon. I'll put them in the description below. Check them out. I get 20% royalties on those if you really like listening to my voice. Might do more in the future, might not, we'll see. I've got to do an audiobook. I've got to do my own books, an audiobook, but it will be multiple books. Because I'm learning a lot and I want to share it, and I want to lay out the path as clearly as I can for others, because the world is changing and we have to change it, because this is the consciousness revolution. I don't know if that's a thing, but if I can coin that term. No, don't give me credit, just people start using it. This is the consciousness revolution. People can see without their eyes. We can teach the blind to see, and then that even opens up way more doors. Once you start gaining access of this incredible thing you've got right here, oh my goodness, you can manifest reality in whatever way you wish. Anyway, all religions lead to the same source. All is one. You are an infinite, beautiful, beautiful being. Take care of yourself. I wish you the best. Know your beauty, know your potential, because you are limitless. Don't put a limit on yourself. Search for the truth. Check out my website, blindfoldedsite.com. Weird to throw that in there, but yeah, start to develop your consciousness, your intuition, your visualization, your mind, your voltage, your body, your soul. Thank you so much.
And I'll go